I'm going to survive 200 days in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. In the first 100, we began this base, and today I'll begin the expansion. On top of that, I'd like to step into automated farming and even trade with some villagers. This is 200 days in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. The very first thing I have to check out is the ability to craft name tags. Apparently, just paper and an ingot of any type allows you to craft name tags, and I don't see them anywhere. I looked up craftable name tags and couldn't find anything. Justice! I was also told that spears are the way to go for XP farms, because unlike swords, spears can hit multiple mobs at once. Is it because I'm crouched? Oh, it is. This will speed things up quite a lot when I'm taking out the mobs. Day Wizard 101, it's time to begin this crop farm. In the first 100 days, I only planted maybe 2 stacks of wheat. I want so many more crops, including carrots and potatoes. I've decided that I want to use this front part of this upper level for the farm. And I say the front part because eventually our base will expand down this direction.
As well as over there, maybe up there.
I'll clear some space. There's not a lot of terraforming I need to get done right now. I do want to push this back just a touch. The first build up here shall be a windmill. I have a lot of regular terracotta, but not a lot of blue. Fortunately, in the trip to the nether in the first 100 days, I was able to get a lot of bone blocks, so I have a lot of bone meal. So it looks like my potential issue from last video won't actually be a thing. Windmills have slowly become one of my favorite builds to have around a base. They just fit in so well and really push things up another level. I'm using the same palette I used for my starter house, plus a building technique that has become something I always seem to do, and that's layering the roof. Building up different levels of the roofs is the way to go for a lot of builds. The blades could be done with white terracotta, but I honestly prefer wool. Day 107, the structure is donezo. I should have used scaffolding for the blades. That's fine. I'll use it as I detail this build. By the end of this, I do trim down 1 block length on each side as I thought the blades were a touch too long. Day 110, the farming windmill is ready to go. When I was building this, I did plan to have a second roof come out right there and have this middle section move inwards more and then up, but I kind of spaced it as I was building, so we do have this additional stone brick trim. I think this is only the 3rd one I've ever built, and I'm not quite sure if it's my favorite compared to the other 2. I'd have to actually see them side by side. I only have 7 potatoes I can plant and not much else. I will need to place some blocks underneath when I make the water spots, because let's just say this is a water spot, we have an opening. So I'll just place a block like that all around. The very first step will be making a pathway, and it doesn't need to be anything special or even perfectly filled in, just some space for me to get through the crops. The path can stop here for now just because I don't know what other builds I plan to have out here. Before anything else, I'll get rid of the enchantment setup, and afterwards I'm going to go through and get all the water spots in place. Luckily for me, I'm a very experienced farmer, and this farm is nothing but a speck on my resume. Although it's a bit tedious, and it's tedious, I don't know. Most of the lighting will be done with lanterns just on the ground like so, but everywhere I put a stone brick slab, that's where an actual light post is gonna go. I still have plenty of iron left over, so I'm not worried about using lanterns instead of torches, even though these ones will be relatively hidden. By the way, I do think I want some sort of build in this location, but I'm not quite sure what, so for now, I'm just going to leave it as farmland. I hear my friend, but I don't see him, so that must mean he's underneath. How's it going? I'm glad the development of our friendship isn't going unnoticed. I'm gathering some brick for the sandstone, but since my shovel has silk touch, I can't actually use it. I do have aqua affinity, so that is kind of saving me. Everything I have is getting planted. I won't actually be able to finish this farm probably for another 20-30 days, just because it's going to take some time for these crops to grow. Copper will be partially used for the lampposts. I can't remember if I've ever built with it. I don't have any honey or anything like that, so it's not like I'll be able to wax this. This light post is going to be taller than the rest, and I'm trying to add in different variants. I looked up some pictures of light post designs, and this is what I found. I've been making slight adjustments to each one. None of them will be this tall, and in fact, I think that might be a bit too tall. I don't know. And that was Knuckles, not Sonic, but it was from Sonic. This is all the progress I can make on the farm for right now. The interior for the windmill isn't built just yet. It'll be finished before day 200, but right now I want to get started on a new project, like feeding the animals. Not much of a project, but it does need to get done. I do need to craft some more shears, and sheep definitely do eat the grass faster than before. Honestly, probably like 4 times faster. That being said, wool farms just got so much better. An automatic sugarcane farm may be in order. Paper is required for rockets, and it's very good for trading. Of course, I don't have any villagers right now, but that's something we can soon work on. You do that as I work on my rise. 2.5 stacks of rockets is what I can craft right now. I have plenty more sugarcane, I just don't have any gunpowder. I crafted these rockets because it's time to go to the end, to get the elytra. It should take me less than 2 days to get to the stronghold. This is not the same village from last time, but this one is. I set my spawn just in case I die. Since I have all these rockets, once I get the elytra, I'll be able to make it back home pretty fast. There's the portal we must enter, but first I shall gather some ender pearls. How long will it take me to find an end city? I didn't say that because I knew I was going to spawn next to one. What are the odds? This is great, but there isn't a ship. I'll still loot it because I'm not too far in and there's a lot of good gear that I can get, especially including the shulker shells. I don't think I need to grab these end rods because they're pretty cheap to craft. I've come across my first chest. Okay, just some gold. I do have my silk touch pick, so I can grab the ender chest. Maybe the upcoming chests will have some better loot. Come on, everybody. Let's begin. Really? They're all breaking on each other. Let me up! Oh my gosh, there is no way. Thank you. So they'll keep hitting me as I fly up and I will just try to take them down. They don't do enough damage to me for me to not want to get hit, so I can just proceed like this. I will want to drop back down and collect those shells. Chest number 2, why would I want that? Curse of Vanishing, I don't even think it's worth it. The loot's not great so far. Let's drop down and grab those shells. There's a second end city nearby that does have a ship. Inside, another diamond sword. I'll take it over the one I have, but it's not like that great. I'll just put this one in there since it is my first one. The loot at this end city was pretty awful. Only time will tell if that second end city has better loot. I'll switch the controller so I can toggle the crouch. There were a lot of questions on why I ended my last world, and I got many comments saying they think it's because my world was corrupted in some sort of way just because, you know, the history of Bedrock Edition, but that is not the case. The first 600 days of that world were on PlayStation 5, and then it started to get really laggy, so I had to switch over to PC, so the last 400 days of that world were on Windows 10. Other than that and the signs, I didn't experience any issues. I don't actually have enough blocks to get over there. I still have the world runs fine, everything's good with it. Let's conquer this end. Oh my gosh, that was an accident, but he's not coming after me. Oh, there he is. I'm out of arrows? Oh my good, there is no way. I put the arrow in the regular chest back there because I was trying to clean out my inventory and I was like, what do I need an arrow for? No more bow for me. How did I overthrow that? That looked... what? And then after it kept going, I was thinking, I'm gonna fall into the void. So I wanted to quickly look to my left and throw it down. And when I did that, it was at the worst possible second. Right when I looked to the left and threw it is when I teleported. Here we are. There's... that sound effect just had to play right there. Do I have anything? I got a bone. Yeah, let's just take that. I don't know how this keeps happening. My first death was a complete accident. I ran into 3 wither skeletons when I turned the corner because in Bedrock Edition, a lot of the time mobs will spawn as clumps. And then, you know, I actually ended up dying because I didn't realize that I was dying, but that's besides the point. My second death wouldn't have been a death, but I got hit by an arrow that threw me off just a little bit, so I was a touch to the left, so I missed the wither skeleton and then died. And then that one's the worst of all because I lost everything. Once it took me a bit longer than it should have to teleport, I should have immediately knew. There was a slight hesitation and I don't have any food. I'm not trying to justify the ways I've died. They've all been my fault. It's not like a bug got me or something. It just needs to be known that I'm really trying to avoid death and I somehow keep walking right in that door. I don't have my boots anymore, so the swimming isn't actually faster. Fortune 3 will be very nice for getting my diamonds back. 3 diamonds. That's all I have to my name. And they'll honestly probably go to repairing this because this doesn't have Unbreaking 3. Let's go get some diamonds. It's day 124 and I'm back in the mine shaft. I must claw my way back to power. In just this one branch, I found 13 diamonds from 4 separate veins, and thanks to Fortune 3, I got 26. That took less than 10 minutes. The sun hasn't even set yet. Our second full set of diamond armor is on its way. I won't craft anything else with these diamonds. In fact, I won't even bring this pick, as I'm already heading back to the end city. I don't want to dwell on my death, and I'd also rather not push off getting the elytra. I think what I'm most upset about losing is Bo's MC. He didn't even get a final breath as I had no arrows. I actually crafted 2 iron swords. The durability on them seems to go pretty fast. I will need a boat. Maybe that second end city has some better diamond gear that can actually be super useful to me now that I don't have anything enchanted. I forgot the rockets. I'd really like to avoid running back a 3rd time. This is the first time I've ever seen a Nautilus. There's a lot of firsts for me. There's so much I haven't done in Minecraft, especially with things that are very new like this. Take 2. I hope a lot of shulkers spawn. I lost 6 shells. If I could get another 6, I'd be pretty happy with that. I don't have a water bucket on me, so I do need to be pretty careful. Is this where I burn an ender pearl? I don't think so. I won't die. Okay, now I have to. Well, I have some blocks, so I can actually build to that, unlike last time. This was the last of what I had. Gosh darn it. That's okay, we've made it back. Those MC, where are you? The classic instant health potions. And the Guardian Shulker. Let's grab the Elytra. Inside this chest, a diamond spear with sharpness 3 but curse of vanishing. That's not awful. Put on the Elytra just in case something goes wrong. I also have these rockets out. And grab the Ender Dragon head. I'm gonna fly off just a little bit and see if there's another end city nearby. Doesn't look like I'll find a third. Thank you. Nom, 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 nom. My first flight in the overworld. I'll keep my inventory open the entire flight so I don't accidentally fall to my death. I made it back. I must get Mending and Unbreaking 3 on the Elytra. They're useless until I do so. 2 lecterns for 2 villagers. I'm pretty sure the closest village is the spruce one we found. 2 shulker boxes. One can be yellow and the other can be light gray. What happened to my... What? Did I not craft a... I'm so confused. I guess one can be orange. What the heck just happened? Oh my gosh, I crafted this. I turned the yellow one gray and then I turned the gray one orange. Why is that even an option? Well, I know why it's an option, but why is it not? Okay, this is why I must craft like this. There is no way. And instead of doing this, because it takes the orange, let's just switch it out with you. I crafted those to carry this paper, but my inventory is pretty empty right now. So I guess these can just sit in here. I'll also take these 7 emeralds as well as some books. Bread can join us on this journey. The village is just on the foot of that mountain. Excuse me, sir, you are going to be my librarian. I won't be able to... You can't see? Oh, I think I'm supposed to get the book right here, right? It's been a while since I've done villager trading. I won't actually be able to get the emeralds for the enchantments right now unless there's like a super cheap trade, but I want to have Unbreaking 3 and Mending ready for when I'm ready. Silk Touch, oh, that's good, but I don't need that immediately, so I will skip. Glass Bull had Silk Touch. He was something special. I actually liked Glass Bull more than I liked 68. Ah, so I gave you all those diamonds and now you're talking about him. Whoa, 68, I still like you. It's just, you know, Glass Bull, the Silk Touch with my base in the stone brick. No. You don't need to explain yourself. It's okay. Come on, 68, don't take this personally. Unbreaking 3, yes. Let's go ahead and trade with you. So now I have this Unbreaking 3 villager. You don't want to finish our conversation? I do. It's just, I'm busy right now. All I'm saying is it's rude to say you like someone else in front of the person that you're saying it in front of. What? You know what I mean. I do know what you mean, and I'm sorry. I didn't even bring any food with me. Oopsies. Do you want to be a mending villager? Infinity, that's good for Bo's MC. That's who I love most is Bo's MC. Ah! Feather Falling 4? Sorry, I can't do it. Eventually I'll build a trade hall with everything I want, but that's not what I'm doing right now. Yay! I could even get a mending book right now. You stay right here. It's nighttime. Actually, I'm going to sleep in your bed. Don't climb out. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh my gosh, it's nighttime too. Get back inside. It's dangerous out there. Oh wait, no, he can't get down, can he? I don't think villagers will fall down. Yeah, no, okay. Bread, it's time to go home. Before I can get Unbreaking 3, I need more paper. Let's put Mending on the Elytra. It's only 2 levels. I'll also craft what's left of my sugarcane into paper, and this might be enough to get Unbreaking 3. But before I head back, I need to gain some levels. Doing it this way is probably faster than heading down to the XP farm, because I don't need much XP. I'm really low on food, so I'm sorry, everyone. I don't have enough crops to not do this. On the bright side, my Elytra are looking great. The village really isn't too far, all things considered. What? Oh, I actually spawned at the village. I don't even know what to say, and I was shocked too. It probably looked pretty obvious that that was going to happen. I don't know. Can I get Unbreaking 3? I cannot. I'm 6 emeralds short. That happened to me once before in the last world where I didn't think I had enough speed to actually die, and well, clearly I did. It's night. I'm out of deep sleep. I'll head to bed. Looking back at this, it looks much faster than it felt as I was flying. At least I died earlier, so I don't have to be upset about going another 100 days without a death. Okay. I didn't lose any levels. I didn't lose any loot. It's fine. I already died in this video, so it's not like that stops me from having a deathless video. Either way, I still don't like dying, but, you know, that's the Bozumc experience. It's not funny. I actually don't like it, but I don't, you know... I can't dwell on it. Paper and gunpowder, that should be my next objective. Paper for the trade in rockets, and of course gunpowder just for the rockets. The shulker boxes will be put to use for the gunpowder farm. The link to the tutorial that I'm using will be down in the description. I built a gunpowder farm in the nether before and it worked well, but there were multiple issues that I kept running into, so I'll be taking a more classic approach. And the reason I'm running down here is because I have some extra blocks. The farm will be fairly close to my house. I do need a lot of wood for this build, so I'm going to use this this oak because I have plenty of it and I don't see myself using much oak around the base. This is everything I need for the farm and it's just going to be one layer for now. It needs to be at least 100 blocks away from a mountain and can't be over a river. This area might work. There are surrounding rivers, but I should have enough space right in the center. I don't know what to say. I don't feel like I'm landing too fast. I didn't die too far. None of my things should despawn. If I lose everything again, I'm gonna get off for the day. Nothing else I can do. There's all my stuff. Yeah, this should be far enough from any river. The first step is to build up 100 blocks. Step 2 is to make a nice little pad, followed by building the collection system and a little room for the creepers. Now I need to go up 20 more blocks all around. I did mess up just a touch, but I'm glad I caught myself now. The reason I need to go up 20 blocks is so when the creepers fall, they are one shot. We'll go out 6 blocks from all 4 sides and build a wall going around each path, followed by placing some water to push the creepers down. I now have space where creepers can start to spawn, and to make sure no spiders spawn, I just go through with the trapdoors like so. There goes the last of my trapdoors. The final step is to place a button on every top block that doesn't have a trapdoor. This is what makes it so only creepers can spawn. Creepers are shorter than zombies and skeletons, so that's why this works. Did I know that's why this worked before the tutorial? No. There we have the first platform. Now, I did find out from the comments that you need to be standing 3 blocks lower than this platform if you want this first layer to actually work. It's definitely going to be worth it to build even more layers so I don't waste too many days AFK. There's our first creeper. It also works as an XP farm, which is very nice. But I'm going to build even more layers. Probably, let's say 3 more layers. You can build up to 7. I'm going to do 4 for this. I'm very low on deep slates, so I'm going to head back down to the mine. I could even use stone brick and have each level alternate, but before I get to that, I'll be enchanting another pick, and I need to use this because I need silk touch again if I want stone brick. The spear does go through a lot of durability fast, but that does make sense because it's hitting all these zombies at once. I already re-rolled, so I do have silk touch. Let's hope for efficiency and unbreaking 3. I'm even close to getting another fortune 3 pick, which I may actually take. The spear is definitely the way to go. Thank you for letting me know. Hopefully this also... Okay, so this pickaxe is the same as the last, but I do have that Unbreaking 3 villager. And the reason I wanted another pick like this is so I can gather deep slate, because using a silk touch pick wouldn't allow me to polish said deep slate. So now I'm going to mine stone with the silk touch and get some deep slate with this, until I have enough blocks to build 3 additional levels. The very next layer will be stone brick, followed by deep slate, followed by stone brick. I have everything I need for these next 3. All I need to do is just repeat what I did below. This is a pretty straightforward process. It's taking me roughly 1 day to build each level. All 4 levels are up and ready to go. I'm going to sit AFK for 20 minutes or so while I go eat some dinner. It's been roughly 20 minutes. Let's see how much gunpowder we got. Not much XP, and why is it so bad? What's going on up there? I don't think I did anything wrong. I mean, if we look in the top, let's see if any creepers are spawning up here. No, but maybe... Oh, there's a torch down there. What the heck? I guess we can check back on this at a later date because right now... Oh gosh. Day 144, it's time to make some progress on this farm. I think there's a pretty good shot that we can cover this entire farm by day 200. I already gave you a carrot. I can't give you another one. I don't know why this happens. There's just like these little lag spikes. Yeah, you see? I got 2 in the first 100 days and I've gotten 2 since then. And before the lag spike, I remembered that I can actually use my Fortune 3 pick for harvesting crops. At least carrots and potatoes. I don't think it works for wheat. It does. It gives me a bunch of seeds. Okay. The automatic sugarcane farm is what I'll begin next. I don't have aqua affinity anymore, so gathering this sand takes a bit longer than it should. By the way, I'm still pretty low on building blocks. This farm will go close to my crops. I think this area can be known as the farming sector of our base, for now at least. I'm using the same design I used in my last world, and I actually found the same tutorial from my previous 200-day video. That same link will be in the description of this one. There were a bunch of new tutorials that kept popping up that are faster, but use so much bone meal, so I can't build those newer models. Building this version felt natural. I've done it so many times, and after watching the tutorial just once, it was like riding a bike. As of now, this will be stacked 3 farms high with the expansion looming. There's currently 48 sugarcane in this farm. As long as you have silk touch, stone brick is the same price as cobblestone. This will be key for trading with the villagers and getting some more rackets. There's nothing I can do right now for the surrounding build because I don't have enough blocks. My cobble chest is not even even a cobble chest. And this is all the stone brick plus deep slate I have. There's not much of either. So it's time I begin my deep slate mine. This is where I mine stone. It's slowly going to get larger and larger the more I mine. And I'm going to start another down in my mine shaft, right above bedrock, just so I have a high chance of coming across some diamonds as I mine deep slate. But of course, right now, diamonds aren't the goal. This is all about getting deep slate. And once you get a decent sized room dug out, it can get pretty efficient. I already found my first diamonds, and I'm going to be picking up everything I find down here with silk touch. And then I'll mine it all with fortune at once. I think this was actually 2 separate veins. It definitely was. These diamonds were not close enough to those ones to be considered the same vein. At least I don't think so. Even more diamonds. I only have 3 left, so these are actually really nice to find. Both my fortune picks are pretty low on health, mainly because neither of them have Unbreaking 3. Or it's because you just mined 13 stacks of deep slate. Okay, yeah, I did, but if you had Unbreaking 3, you wouldn't have gotten that low. I didn't get low. Yeah, your friend did. I have 12 diamonds and 5 iron. 68, if you can give me at least 25 diamonds from these 12, I'll combine you with this pickaxe and make you even more powerful. Sounds easy to me. I'm glad you have the confidence, 68. Let's see. 25. If you don't get 25, then you're not getting combined. I'm sorry. 68. Come on, what are you doing? You said 21. No, I did not. I said 25. I'm pretty sure you said 21. I said 25 and we're sticking to it, so you're not getting comboed. Oh, no. It was 25, right? Yes, it was 25. But look, you have 3 in your chest already, so in total, it is 25. 68 will now have fortune 3 and efficiency 5. On top of that, I'll go trade for a mending book so I don't have to use any more diamonds. For some reason, the villager is charging me more. I don't know what I did, but at least the mending book is still only 16 emeralds, so I already had enough. There you go, 68. All you're missing is Unbreaking 3. I'll get some XP from the animals and then follow that with gathering some more deep slate. Day 152, we have a pretty big tunnel. Unfortunately, 68 can no longer move forward. But since he has mending, I can go to the zombie XP farm. That's very generous of you. It's been 30 minutes and... Oh, it uses oh, because you can't. Okay. Wow, I should have grabbed more spears. Oh, look at my hunger. What happened? That's the first time I've started to starve since, I don't know, before I started the channel. There we go. I'm off to the mesa to gather sand. I don't need any special type of sand. I just need regular sand, and I'm assuming there's a desert touching the mesa. And I'm getting sand for the sugarcane farm build. Just for windows, no sandstone. Although sandstone could be a block I use sometime in the future. Mainly because it's something I never use. This wasn't exactly where I expected to gather sand, but it works. I don't have enough emeralds right now for another mending book, so I won't bring the shovel down to its last breath. So I'll stop right here. I won't need all of this sand right now, but it's also nice to have for the future. The last thing I need before I can start building is more dark oak. I don't currently have any dark oak trees planted, but I do have this bone meal, so I won't have to wait. Look who it is. He wants to go for a swim, but the llamas are kind of messing things up. Don't worry. You see, look, he's happy. I know, you're gonna have a good time. Oh, wow. It is pretty hot today, so it makes sense why he wanted to be underwater. Now I need to chop down some trees. 8 stacks later, it's time to build. I just logged into my brother's world. He's online right now. Look who it is! Look, he has a shipwreck. A floating shipwreck by his base? I am Steve. I was able to connect because I'm just curious, wasn't expecting anyone to join. I wasn't expecting to join either. I logged out of my world to hop into a creative world just to test the palette I wanted to use for the build. And when I logged out, I had his world right on the top because he's on my friends list. Oh my gosh, he just texted me. It says, bro, join up. Ooh, not happening. I didn't know it was you, LMAOOOO. I'll let Post Combos MC take over and explain my thought process of this build. This build will be known as Auto Tower 3. It'll slowly transition from these darker stones to more light stones. And I mean really slow because this is going to be a very tall building. I think this is how the progression is gonna look. And then once I hit that, I might shift into cobblestone, stone brick, and kind of go even higher. Right now, it's just all the deep slate tiles, but eventually it'll shift to this and then that, and that. I can even start flip-flopping some of these. And I plan to do a lot of detailing all around here with the dried ghast. So once I have this tower much taller, I'll be able to take a ghast and kind of slowly go up and add whatever little details I want. This will be a build that slowly gets taller and taller as the series goes on. Next up is to actually sit AFK and get some more gunpowder because I only have 23 rockets left and no more gunpowder. It better be more efficient than it was earlier. Now, the wall at the bottom is 3 while these are 2, but I don't think that's playing a factor because the interior is the same. Like if we take a peek in one of these random layers, we have everything in the proper place. And then here here in the first layer, everything's still the same. The only reason it looks taller is because we have water at the very bottom, so I had to use this extra block. And nothing spawned while I was in there. I need to be right down there for everything to spawn. Let's patch it back up and hope for the best. It's day 164. Wow. Less than half a stack of gunpowder, and it's been nearly 2 hours. So I think this gunpowder farm is actually really bad. If you have any ideas, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to make another creeper farm in the next video. This next build is something I don't want to build, but I think it's something I have to. And that's a graveyard for every one of my deaths. Deaths. It's very fitting that it started to rain right when I brought this up. This little corner will be perfect. I'm going to begin to chop down some trees. I saw this comment and thought, wow. But I mean, since I tacked on 3 more deaths just in this video and there was already 2 in the first, whatever. It can be a pretty fun build and a good way to track all the days and how I've died. This could also be a build that after I get it going, we never come here again. Before I move forward, I do want to bring the wall over just so I know the layout, but I have no stone bricks, so let's head back down to the mine. At one point, I would like to dig out an entire chunk, but right now, as far as just gathering cobblestone, this is more efficient. The expansion continues. The outline's in place and the terraforming must begin. I didn't think this would have to be done before the graveyard, yet here we are. I'm in it for the long game, so a lot of this is just preparation for the future of this world. I gather sugarcane for paper to trade, but I don't get enough emeralds for mending, so I eat dirt. Will have to get fixed this way. Back to eating dirt. Not just dirt, as I've made it low enough to grab some stone. Day 172, I go through and fill in the rest of this wall. We now have some sort of an entrance to this lower part of the base. The wall does slowly get taller as we get up to this point, and pretty soon this entire layer will have dirt right here, so we have even more space for the base. But as of now, I'm just going to be doing that in this section right here for the graveyard. Every time I talk about the graveyard, it rains. And speaking of that, this isn't where it's going to go, only because this is eventually going to be the entrance to the base, and I don't want all the times I died to be the first thing you see. Maybe hidden in this lower corner, we can put the graveyard. It's lower and not as close to the entrance, so it will be more hidden. I have a bunch of miscellaneous blocks that I'll be using. There's going to be a different headstone for every death with a sign that says the name and how I died. I would love to use candles, but you need wax for those, and I don't have that right now. Day 63, sigh of relief. We died twice on day 63, and since round 63 is hard in Bloons tower defense, I decided to go with that. We have day 121. When I was watching that clip back as I was editing, I didn't realize how long I sat there. Ugh. Day 130, soft landing. And finally, day 132, I don't feel like I'm landing too fast. With any luck, we will not spend much time over here. Cracked stone brick can also go in the mix. Cobwebs will be pretty nice. Once I get enough string, I can do that, as well as the candles. With some luck, this could become a forgotten corner of the world. I did look up some quick images for some of these headstones. I do try to mention anytime I ever use Google for any builds. I'm 176 days in and still super low on food. Today and possibly tomorrow will go to harvesting my crops and feeding the animals. That mending book will be mine. The sugarcane farm isn't super efficient. There's 2 stacks right there, and I got 2 stacks earlier the first time I went to try and get mending. I do only need 3 more emeralds, and I for sure have enough paper for that. In that gunpowder farm tutorial, there were multiple comments asking why the efficiency wasn't so good, so I'm not the only one having some trouble with it. This pick now has mending. Oh no, I don't have much iron left. I used quite a lot in this video. There were a bunch of hoppers I had to craft. It looks like I may have to go mining pretty soon. A deep slate trim going around the top of the wall should look pretty cool. Something as simple as just these deep slate slabs going all around, and right on top of the wood, we can go with that. I could even pull up each of these pillars one and do it like so. That definitely puts more of an emphasis on it, but I don't know if I prefer it. Maybe like every other spot can go up one. Whenever the wall gets slightly elevated, I'll just place a stair. I had to use more iron, but the entire trim is complete. And as far as craftable name tags go, apparently there's a snapshot where they're available, but they're not in the game as I'm recording. I have plenty of stone brick, but I'm already low on deep slate yet again. 68, I hope you're ready. Okay, let's not do that. I've ran into my first lava, and it does lead to a cave that has some diamonds. Ooh, and these diamonds lead me to another part. I did need some iron, so I don't mind spending some time down here. I don't have a sword. I have have my axe. It's a pretty decent sized cave. I'm still gathering all the diamonds I find with Silk Touch, so I can mine them all at once with Fortune. I wasn't prepared for this though, so I don't have many torches. I should even have my chest plate on. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, now that I have Silk Touch, I can even go grab that deep slate coal we found in the first 100 days. Who knows, maybe we'll get some more here. Since I'm so close to my house, I do think that this mine shaft is the same one we found earlier. I'm gonna craft a stone sword just so I can start grabbing some string. I know I need a diamond sword, but I've just been putting that off. A name tag and some diamonds. This is from earlier, so I just didn't search that part. Ooh, deep slate coal, which I did not see when I ran through the first time, but I didn't have Silk Touch at the time anyway, so it doesn't matter. Drop some of this iron off. Oh yeah, I did get a comment saying that I can craft those into the raw iron blocks, and that is a great idea and something that I should be doing. If you have any tips or building suggestions, please let me know. I read pretty much all the comments. I believe comments do help the YouTube algorithm, but I'm not asking for comments to help that. Oh no. Oh no! Okay. I can't die from the poison, but the splash effect can kill me. Oh my goodness. More deep slate coal. That's it for cave mining. Let's go back to the mine shaft because I still need to gather some deep slate for some builds. My deep slate coal luck has been crazy this trip. This wasn't even supposed to be a mining adventure, but I am not complaining. Our valuables chest will look healthy once more. The fresh air. Look at all the goodies I got from that. I am in a slime chunk, so as I clear out more and more space, we'll get more and more of them spawning. There's not much lava left that I need to get through. I don't want to use water to cover this up just because then I'll have to mine all this obsidian. Efficiency 5 actually makes it so the obsidian breaks almost at the same speed the deep slate breaks. Okie dokie, I found 6 more diamonds and 14 stacks of deep slate. Let's heal 68. I'm going back to the zombie spawner because the gunpowder farm, it does work as a XP farm as well, but it's so bad. I still don't have a proper entrance for the zombie XP farm, so that's what I'll build now. It's going to be pretty small. It won't be anything special. Just a neat little entrance for the zombies. All the carrots are planted. Gosh darn. The wheat is almost done, and now all that's left are the potatoes. They're not fully grown yet, so I will give them some more time, and I will give them that time by building the interior for our windmill. This very first level has a staircase that goes up to the second floor. In the center of the build, there's going to be a pillar that goes up to the tippy top, or more accurately, this very upper level. And you can get up and down by taking this ladder. Once I get to a point where I have a lot of additional crops, I think the interior of this build can be used to store the crops. Until then, we'll leave the build just like this. I wonder how much sugarcane we have. Just over 2 stacks. Plus what I can gather from there should be enough for another mending book because I eat dirt and our diamond axe need it. I'm completely out of leather. I only need 2 leather right now. I really need to stop taking out the cows and let them grow in numbers. This villager has not yet reset the trade. It might be because he hasn't been in range. 43! Pretty soon we'll be taking another step towards the villager trade hall. Right now, these guys are just outrageous. Mending can wait for just a wee bit. We shall go up a few more blocks and then start the transition. So how I'm gonna do this is just randomly place 1 or 2 of these blocks just on this first level, and then the rest will be built how it's been being built. And now that we're at this point where I have these bricks, I'm just going to kind of continue up, but this time, you know, placing them a little bit more often so there can be a slow transition from the tiles into the brick. Once I start using the dried gas, I can even add some random brick blocks even lower, just to help make this a bit more gradual. I'm going to put in another 2, possibly 3 more sugarcane farms. I used up most of my iron supply and redstone supply last time, but since that mining adventure, we are looking great on the resources. I don't think I'll need to ever watch that tutorial again. This farm is in my veins. I placed another 3 instead of 2. 68, let's get to work. I actually think I'm already at the point where I should start putting some chests in the windmill for the crops. I haven't even finished the carrot section yet, and we already have over half a stack. Did I say over half a stack? Over half a double chest? I don't know. As per usual, these last days will be some small steps, just preparation for what's to come as there's not enough time left before day 200 to begin a larger project. This has been 200 days in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. I didn't get too much building done around the base, so I think for 300 days, that's something that I should definitely aim for. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. I think it might be 300 days, or it might be a one-off 100-day video, because I do have something planned for that. We shall see.